Ladies, there are 5 ways to respond to a hug, not to impress a man, but to leave an emotional echo he'll never forget. A hug may last only a few seconds, but the way you respond can stay in a man's memory for a lifetime. After 60, it's not your beauty or your body that lingers in a man's mind. It's your presence, your energy, and how you made him feel in that moment. Most women think they must be younger or prettier to be unforgettable. But what truly stays with a man is a woman's genuine emotion and presence in intimacy. Hi, it's Vernon again. Today, I'll share 5 ways to respond to a hug that make a man feel seen, valued, and emotionally connected, so you stay in his mind long after he lets go. These aren't manipulation tactics or performance tricks. They're the art of being genuinely present in a moment of connection. Before we begin, like this video and subscribe to this channel for more elderly wisdom about love, emotions, and connection after 60. Your engagement helps me reach more women who deserve to know their true power. So let's start with the first, the kind of response that makes a man feel something real the moment your arms meet.
1. Hold with presence, not performance. As the ancient proverb says, the present moment is the only time over which we have dominion. When you embrace someone, your power lies not in what you do, but in how completely you show up. Most women, especially those re-entering the world of romance after 60, feel pressure to perform during intimate moments, to be seductive, playful, or impressive. But here's what I've observed. Men are magnetically drawn to women who can simply be present without agenda. When he wraps his arms around you, resist the urge to think about how you look, what you should say, or what comes next. Instead, allow your body to relax into the moment. Feel the warmth of his chest, the rhythm of his breathing, the simple human connection happening between you. This isn't about being passive, it's about being authentic. When you respond to a hug with genuine presence rather than calculated performance, something remarkable happens in his nervous system. He feels safe. He feels seen. He feels like he can drop his own performance and simply exist with you. Men spend most of their lives in a state of doing, achieving, and proving. When you offer them the rare gift of just being, without judgment, without expectation, without the need to impress, you become a sanctuary in their memory. But presence alone isn't enough. The magic deepens when warmth enters the moment. 2. Let your warmth speak before words do. True connection happens in the space between heartbeats, in the language of energy rather than words. When you allow your natural warmth to flow through your embrace, you communicate something words never could. I think of my dear friend Celine, a vibrant 62-year-old who found love again after her divorce. She told me about the first time she hugged her now partner, Richard. Instead of worrying about technique or timing, she simply let herself feel grateful for his presence and allowed that gratitude to warm her embrace. Later, he told her, "Your calm felt like home." That's the power of authentic warmth. It doesn't try to seduce or impress. It simply offers comfort and connection. When you hug with genuine warmth, your body naturally softens, your breathing deepens, and your energy becomes inviting rather than demanding. Men can sense the difference between a hug that wants something and a hug that gives something. The second type, the one filled with your natural feminine warmth, creates a feeling of peace that stays with him long after your arms have let go. Maya Angelou wisely said, "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel." I'm curious, when was the last time you hugged someone with complete warmth and presence? Share in the comments how it felt to give and receive that kind of connection. And warmth becomes unforgettable when mixed with something men rarely receive: genuine gratitude.
3. Whisper gratitude instead of silence. In our culture, we're taught to be cool, to play hard to get, to never let anyone know how much they mean to us. But here's a secret that can transform your connections. Genuine gratitude is magnetic. When a man holds you, instead of remaining silent or filling the space with small talk, try whispering something simple and heartfelt. "It's nice to be held," or "Thank you for this," or simply, "This feels good." These aren't grand declarations of love, they're quiet acknowledgments of the moment. But to a man, they communicate something profound: that you value his presence, that you don't take his affection for granted, and that you're brave enough to be vulnerable. As Rumi wrote centuries ago, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Most women fear that expressing gratitude will make them seem needy or desperate. The opposite is true. When you can acknowledge goodness when you receive it, you demonstrate emotional maturity and self-awareness that's incredibly attractive. Men are starved for appreciation. They're used to their efforts being criticized, overlooked, or taken for granted. When you whisper genuine gratitude in a moment of intimacy, you're giving him something rare and precious: the feeling that he matters, that his presence has value, that holding you brings you joy. That gratitude doesn't just touch his ego, it touches his heart. And hearts remember what minds forget. Share this video with friends who might need to hear this message about the power of emotional connection and authentic gratitude. But sometimes the most powerful response is not words at all. It's emotional mirroring. 4. Mirror his energy, not his actions. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. These words from Carl Jung reveal a profound truth about human connection. Real intimacy happens when energies dance together, not when one person dominates. I learned this lesson powerfully in my own marriage. One evening, after a particularly stressful day, my wife Sarah embraced me. Instead of her usual warm, enveloping hug, she sensed my exhaustion and mirrored my energy with something gentler, more supportive. She didn't try to cheer me up or fix my mood. She simply met me where I was. That night, I fell asleep feeling understood in a way that words couldn't have accomplished. This is the art of emotional mirroring. Not copying his actions, but responding to his energy with complementary energy. If his hug is intense and passionate, you might respond with softness that grounds him. If his embrace is gentle and tentative, you might offer warmth that encourages him. If he seems stressed, you might provide the calm that soothes him. This isn't about losing yourself or becoming what you think he wants. It's about reading the emotional climate of the moment and responding with the energy that creates harmony and connection. When you master this dance, when you can sense what he needs emotionally and respond with the perfect counterpoint, you become unforgettable. Not because you're trying to be, but because you've touched something deeper than his physical senses. You've connected with his heart. And when understanding flows both ways, the final response transforms a moment into memory.
5. End the hug slowly and look into his eyes. Victor Hugo once wrote, "When a woman is talking to you, listen to what she says with her eyes." But I would add, when a woman looks at you as she releases an embrace, she speaks directly to your soul. The way you end a hug is often more memorable than how it began. Most people rush through the conclusion, quickly stepping back, immediately looking away, or filling the space with nervous chatter. But there's profound power in taking an extra heartbeat, in letting the embrace end slowly and naturally. As you gently release him, allow your hands to linger for just a moment longer than expected. Not in a clinging way, but with the confidence of someone who isn't afraid of connection. Then, and this is crucial, look into his eyes. Not with intensity or demand, but with the soft confidence of a woman who knows her own worth. That moment of eye contact after an embrace does something magical. It creates what I call emotional punctuation, a pause that helps the brain process and store the memory. It says, without words, "This mattered. You matter. This moment between us was real." In the words of the Sufi poet Hafez, the eyes are the windows to the soul, but they are also the doorway to the heart. You don't need to hold the gaze for long. 3 to 5 seconds is perfect. Just long enough to let him see that you're not rushing away, not regretting the intimacy you just shared, not hiding from the connection you just shared. Save this video so you can watch it again before meeting someone special. These moments of connection are precious. They deserve to be handled with care. Watching this far, you've probably realized it's not the hug itself that stays with him, but the feeling of being truly seen, safe, and cared for in your arms. None of these responses work if they're not authentic to who you are. The goal isn't to manipulate or perform. It's to be genuinely present in moments of connection. A hug can be fleeting, but when it's filled with calm, warmth, and sincerity, it lingers in his memory, not because of your body, but because of the peace you brought to his heart. You see, after 60, your power doesn't come from youth or conventional beauty. It comes from your ability to be fully yourself, to offer genuine connection, and to embrace intimacy without fear or pretense. In our youth, we often confuse intensity with intimacy, drama with depth. But maturity teaches us that the most profound connections happen in quiet moments, in the way you breathe against someone's shoulder, in the gratitude you whisper without shame, in the courage to look into someone's eyes without fear.
To borrow the words of the philosopher Khalil Gibran, beauty is not in the face. Beauty is a light in the heart. Of these 5 responses, which do you think creates the most lasting impression in a man's memory? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if this video resonated with you, like, subscribe, and explore more videos on our channel about love, connection, and embracing your feminine power after 60. You are not too old for deep connection, meaningful romance, or unforgettable moments of intimacy. You are exactly the right age to love and be loved with the wisdom, grace, and authenticity that only comes with lived experience. And I'm Vernon. Thanks for watching till now, and see you in the next video.